Tell us more on the subject of disabilities.
Tragedy exists everywhere, no less amongst people with disabilities. Simple problems have a domino effect of causing other problems and other problems, and before one knows it, there are sets of issues which create tragedy and unfortunate lives. These have accompanied humanity from time immemorial, and it's very difficult to know theologically, practically, in every way what to do. Comes along the 21st century and our amazing tools, and there are some genuine solutions to great tragedy of people with clear disabilities. And many the philosophic theological question of people with severe disabilities, keeping them alive, is truly a vigorous conversation, and society until today has argued people must be kept alive at every cost. And euthanasia is not unacceptable, and the right to die is not acceptable still in this day and age. And that struggle, that very, very robust moral struggle, can now be addressed in a completely different way. People who are alive, their situations can be dramatically changed using artificial intelligence tools, and if the responsibility of government towards people in great suffering, and the responsibility of society, collective society, is to rally our skills and our resources together to assist, to give critical assistance to people who live in such in difficult conditions, and that with a concentrated assistance it can be alleviated. Then the deployment of such tools, AI-driven tools, can be prioritized and can be first deployed in this arena, tested, so to speak, but not. That's not to say to the guinea pigs, but not tested, but it can really help lonely people. It can help people with disabilities. It can help people who. There is many ways that AI can be built and structured and engineered for the purpose of people with disabilities of all kinds. So,
but if I could interrupt you, don't we today have some tools? We do have tons of applications, and they are built to aid, to help.
Sure.
Why is it not helping?
Well, the private sector is doing it, and I think that it may be that we don't see the philosophic superstructure behind it clearly enough to understand that this is game changing, and that until now you've really got a drag on the whole system, really in the bureaucracy, in administrative and government bureaucracy that is sort of in parallel to it, but the government really should be deploying and using and creating structures of small groups which would create hubs of creativity amongst the entire civil system, and a methodology of sharing great information. Then I really think that within a matter of time, small groups of people would find the instruments for their own circumstances and their own troubles, and also the AI-driven instruments that will also develop instruments to find solutions to their troubles. So I think the structure where this creativity can emerge from is one of the first questions.